Morning. I hate that it does that. Hello. I have no idea. Let me find my tripod. When I vlogged last. Not a clue. I'm in a different house, I think, than my last vlog. The funny thing is, I have started a million vlogs and just never finished them. So my goal today is to finish the vlog. And I'll give you guys a little life update too. So I am currently, I just moved into a house a couple months ago, and I'm currently in a cut, not for a prep. I don't plan on prepping for a very long time, but I had a lot of health issues happen post-show. You know, we had a Hashimoto's scare, and I'm still not 100% sure that test was correct because I still think something is off. But I got a lot of things healthy. And then once I was healthy, I was like, I really want to start a cut because while I worked on that health, I did have to gain some weight, and some of it was a little unnecessary. So I would love to lose that. So I'm in a cut at the moment. I am also training jujitsu 3 times a week. My goal is to get really freaking good at that. But I'm also weightlifting and I'm working a ton. I have just been in go mode, grind mode with work. We're planning a retreat, so a bunch of my clients are flying out to Arizona to hang out with us. I have, really great solid group of friends. My friend Katie's moving away. So my social life has picked up quite a bit, and my work life, where a prep wouldn't be optimal, but I spend a lot more time at church with my friends, with my family, things like that. So let's do a full day of eating in a cut that is not a prep cut, so it doesn't look as restrictive. This is hard. I'm not gonna lie. It would be easier for me to cut if I was in prep, because then I can just lock in and I can go to the extremes. Finding balance after not having it is very difficult. So I want to show you how I'm navigating it, and hopefully this will impact somebody. So breakfast, meal 1 I'm making right now is oatmeal with protein powder, blueberries. I have some turkey sausage hanging out in my air fryer that I need to grab, and I'm gonna add some peanut butter. So I'm gonna eat this. I have some work to do, some calls, and then I have jujitsu. I probably won't eat a meal before jujitsu because you're rolling around. It's kind of hard to eat like that, but yeah, so I've got this. Normally I get up and I go on a walk first thing in the morning, and that's like my cardio at the moment. I chose sleep today, which is a win for me because normally I wouldn't choose sleep and I would just go and push my body, but I knew I needed some sleep. So that's what we did. Yeah, I'll walk you through my next few meals later today. Hopefully I remember. And I will talk to you guys soon. All right, full-blown egg mode. But really, am I zoomed? Not zoomed. Okay. I have jujitsu here in a bit, but you know what I really freaking wanted? A donut, a gluten-free, dairy-free donut. So we're gonna try this bad boy. I'll just take a bite on. You don't get to watch me eat though. It's okay. It's some carbs and some fat. Not bad. For being gluten-free, I'll take it. Okay, don't mind me looking absolutely insane. I just got out of the shower from jujitsu. Love that sport. This is my reward for getting to this and all of my work projects. Like, I was so productive today. We got a little sugar-free energy drink. I know I shouldn't, but I do it anyway. And I'm making my meal 3. So right now, let me flip the camera. We've got ground beef. I ran out of ground turkey, so we're doing ground beef, mixed veggies, sweet potatoes, and then I'm gonna test out some lactose-free cottage cheese and see how my body responds. So this is my meal, technically 2 of the day. I did have that donut as a snack. I am going to get some more work done. I have a bunch of client calls, and today's gonna be a rest day, so I'll have dinner, and then I have like a little sweet treat planned, but my calories are decently low, so I don't have a ton of flexibility. I'm going to show you this weekend too, because I'll be implementing a refeed or increasing my calories. But I might go sit in the sauna today. It's like, you get you're training pretty intensely in martial arts, and I think I have a red. So you need to prioritize recovery too. I'll give you guys some updates too, but I'll do a full day of eating today and then on a refeed so you can see the difference and go from there. I am tracking again right now only to get the weight loss going, and then after I plan to transition to intuitive eating. My laundry room. Do you like my outfit, by the way? This is when you're on Zoom meetings and it's just, you know, the chest up, but you want to be comfy. If you hear something in the background, that is in fact my Roomba. Aw, it got my charger again. Let me just show you. Let me show you what happens. I hate this thing. Seriously? Really? Freaking annoying. That thing pisses me off so bad. And Riley hates it. Like, she's pissed. Okay, let's eat dinner. I'm hungry. Now that I have this taken care of. What's kind of cool is, so the scale hasn't gone down a ton, but like my shoulder definition is showing a lot more. So that tells me I'm leaning out, because women typically lean out from the top down. Now, dinner. I originally had planned ground turkey, regular potatoes, and zucchini. I really wanted this specific dinner. I have a problem. I am obsessed with it. So we've got a small amount of rice. It's a little smaller than I would like, but that donut took up a lot of my carbs for the day. Small amount of rice, ground turkey, and zucchini. But here's the best part. And you guys might think I'm a weirdo for this, but it's kind of like putting chips on, you know how people put chips on their sandwiches? It's like that. Today we're doing dill pickle. I've been on a salt and vinegar kick, but these sounded good. So I just crunch them up. I put them on here and then my sauce, and that's my dinner. So we're gonna eat dinner. I got most of my calories in early, so I'm gonna have one small sweet treat before bed. And that's it. So that's a day in a deficit. I'll show you a day in a refeed. Probably Saturday and Sunday. I can't decide if I want to do it Saturday and Sunday or Friday, Saturday. So we'll see. All right. I forgot to take this. We've got some daily bread. And then this is the multi I've been taking. It's the hair growth one. I think it's made a difference. I will not take my hair down right now, but I had extensions for like a year. I wore them when I was competing, and I took them out, and it hurt my feelings really bad. But since I started taking this and just like been healthier and eating more, my hair is like down to here. It's long. And I think this is a big part of it. So it's, the texture is interesting. So you do like you do 30 milliliters. So I use a NyQuil cup. I'm having a hard time. This did not bother me until recently, but for some reason, you guys, like, but it grows the hair and it's worth it. But okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. And now final snack meal of the day. Normally it would be coconut yogurt with protein powder. It becomes like a cookie dough consistency with chocolate chips and then Catalina Crunch cereal. Now the donut I had earlier and that I wanted rice instead of potatoes for dinner just means I had to make some substitutions for my last meal, and I still wanted something sweet. So we got a Built Puff Bar. It gives marshmallow. It's not my favorite, but it satisfies a sweet tooth, and the macros are kind of freaking crazy. It's 2.5 fat, 14 carbs, and 17 protein, which is pretty crazy. Let's look at the ingredients. The only thing is, like, there's a lot of, like, there's palm oil, gelatin, dextrose, and soy thickening agent. It's not my favorite, but this is like most of, okay, I did have a donut today. Normally that would be a Go Macro bar instead of a donut, and then I wouldn't have this. So my typical meals are pretty whole or clean foods. Not that you need to. I'm not a huge fan of protein bars though. I'd rather get like real food protein. But I am watching my egg intake, my dairy intake. This does have a little bit of dairy. And we tried cottage cheese. I'm going to see what happens when I reintroduce that. And I don't have gluten. So it minimized a lot of my proteins, like, you know, like any sort of like yogurt, any sort of cheeses, whey proteins, things like that, and eggs, like egg whites and eggs. So my proteins are limited, so I do a lot of vegan protein, but that's besides. I'm gonna enjoy this, and then a little bit later before bed, I try to stop eating at around 8 o'clock. It's 8:15 right now, so that I can like sleep through the night, and then I get up and I eat earlier in the day. And then I'm gonna have a magnesium drink before bed, and that's my full day of eating. The bag's under my eyes. Magnesium drink. It is this thing. I had a like pill magnesium, ran out of it, and I have that. So, man, I gotta mix that. That's crazy. It's that and diet juice, but it's so sour. Wait, watch. I make this face without trying. I guess I've been more sensitive to sour and texture recently. Ooh. Yeah. Good night. I have a confession. Your girl woke up at midnight, maybe 1 o'clock last night, and was ravenous. So I did what any sane person would do, and I made a tortilla with vegan butter, cinnamon, and sugar. And that was my midnight snack. Now, old me wouldn't do that, but I was like, man, I'm not gonna go back to sleep. And my calories have been very low. Not very low, but pretty low for my activity level for like 3 weeks. So I knew a refeed was coming. And I had planned to do it on Saturday and Sunday, but today's Friday, and I had more calories at midnight last night that I'm gonna count towards a refeed today, and just be intentional with that. So I'll take you through a refeed. My body was like, yeah, it's time. And I will say this refeed is for my metabolism. So what a refeed is it's a increase in intake, mostly carbs, to help kind of get your body back, restore glycogen, get your body back and up and running, especially with your metabolism. Normally you drop weight. When you increase for 1 to 2 days, I'm gonna do 2 days, and then you drop back down. So that's what I'm gonna do, but it's also, for me, it's going to be a little bit of a psychological thing. That way I can have some foods. Now, I'm not in a prep, so it's not nearly as restrictive. If I was in a prep, the refeed would look like the same exact foods, just more. But since I'm not in a prep and I'm really working on sustainability, I'm gonna have a couple fun things and just enjoy my day. So breakfast is the same as it always is. Oatmeal, turkey sausage, blueberries, and peanut butter. There's protein mixed into this. I'm gonna eat this. I have a lot of work to do today. I'm hoping, I've been on a donut kick. There's this vegan donut at Black Rock Coffee, and it was like, I got it after church one day, and like, I knew it was a lot of calories, but I didn't care because it tasted so good. And I found the macros for it. So I think I'm gonna go get that if I have time at some point today. And that will be my little treat. And then I'll have to figure out dinner later. I need to grocery shop. I have become a victim of my own like problems, and that is I didn't grocery shop midweek. So I'm out of like random things. So I just gotta figure out dinner. But yeah, I've got just work today, and then I'll probably go to the gym, maybe go visit my mom. Sometimes mail goes to her place, so I gotta go pick that up. But meal 2 of the refeed, so it's about 12 o'clock right now. Yeah. So this is my second meal of the day. It's ground turkey, potatoes, and mixed veggies. Pretty much the same meal I eat. Where I'm gonna increase is around my workout. So my pre-workout is gonna be a that donut. If they have it, if they don't have it, I'm gonna cry. And then my post-workout is gonna be more rice, but the same meal I had yesterday, just a good amount more of rice. So that's how I'm doing the refeed. I'll be back after all my evening calls.
Oh my gosh, beauty of having a new car. I have a spot that will hold my camera. We got it. This is my reward for making it through the longest week of my entire life, I swear. But also, side note, I tracked this and I planned it into my refeed day. So I was able to find the macros. First, we've got a sugar-free energy drink. I know, it's 2 days in a row. It's been a week, okay? And then look at this bad boy. I've been dreaming about her. Her. Can you see this? Vanilla vegan gluten-free donut from BlackRock, out of all places. Been dreaming about her for like 2 months since I started my cut, because I had it like probably right before. It was so good. So this is gonna be my pre-workout. I tracked half of it, and I might have half tomorrow, but also I might just want to eat the whole thing so I have room if I need to. I'm gonna have this. I'm stopping at my mom's to get some mail. And then we'll go from there. Yeah.
Okay, we are back home. I did go to the grocery store, and I actually waited to eat my donut. I had like bites. I waited to eat it till just now, and then I realized I'm actually hungry for like a real meal, and we're gonna go to the gym, so I'm really guilty of having huge blood sugar crashes. So I'm actually gonna swap my final meal and leave a bigger dinner, just because that way I can eat dinner with my boyfriend. But this is, so I paired half of that donut. I only ate half of it, just because I don't want to feel like crap at the gym. I ate half of the donut, and then this is Greek yogurt, protein powder, and then granola. It's that cookie flavored granola. Beautiful. I'm gonna eat this to last me a little longer, keep my blood sugar from spiking, and then go to the gym and then have my final meal. So I'll show you guys that later. All right, we got final meal of the day: ground beef, cilantro lime rice, and then we're putting these bad boys on it. Just a little difference in portion size. That's like 100 grams of rice for mine, and then like 3 ounces. This is about 5 ounces and 200 grams of rice. That's what I had. So portion size, but same meal. Lean ground beef, 96. And that's what we got.